All right, we are live.
Yeah, woo.
Okay, so welcome to another Facebook Live.
Yep.
I'm Randy Abbott, this is Sandy Abbott, and we are the owners of Camp Jeanne Dark. Thank you for joining us, and today we're chatting about
3 great tips for having an exceptional summer camp experience.
No doubt.
So we're excited. We're going to talk about the do's and don'ts of communicating with your camper. Also ideas for like the ultimate camp package that you would send to your camper. And finally, how to make your camper feel comfortable even if they're going to camp for the first time and they don't have any friends there.
Sounds good.
So lots to talk about.
As we do this, please send us questions, and at the end we'll come back and answer them as best we can.
Questions.
So before we dive into it, let's talk about, we had a question after our last Facebook Live. Someone asked us, what do we love most about being camp directors?
It's a good question.
We love so much about being camp directors and love camp, but if I had to think of one thing, for me it's Sunday evenings at camp. It's just magical, right? So it's the end of a great week, and we do a huge cookout on the lawn. So the counselors, they're cooking hamburgers and hot dogs and chicken, and the campers are just playing, and there's great music, and it's just awesome. It's a great way to
such a great feel.
It's a great feel, and we do Sundays on Sunday afterwards, big Sunday.
Ice cream Sundays.
So Sunday evenings are one of my most favorite things at camp. What about you?
Yeah, the question was harder for me to answer because mine isn't one particular event or weekly activity. I enjoy those quiet moments. I'm like the fly on the wall, so I get to see some of these more intimate moments with the girls, and I can think of one in particular where there was a pair of older girls who were on their way to deliver milk and cookies. They are owl campers, and owl campers get to deliver those milk and cookies almost every night. And one of the campers was having a hard time, and she didn't want to go. And in the sweetest, most patient, compassionate tone, she said, "They would miss you. You've got to come. They'll miss you so much. Don't worry, I'll wait till you're ready." And I just felt her heart. And to me, those moments are so satisfying. It's what I live for as a camp director, to see the compassionate humanity come forward. It's just special.
And we have lots of those at camp.
We have lots of those at camp.
Awesome.
It's sweet to be a part of.
All right, let's dive into it.
Yep.
All right, so number 1.
Our 3 tips for a great summer camp experience. Number 1, be prepared. Have you ever gone to camping or anything on a trip and been unprepared with the wrong kinds of things? Yeah, it's not fun at all. You would never want to send your child away to camp without being prepared. So check that packing list, send the right kind of clothing. You want clothing for all kinds of occasions, so all kinds of weather. Yeah, so it is summer camp, but it gets cool at night. You want to make sure to have warm PJs and things like that.
Sweatshirts, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and comfortable clothes. Pack what your camper is going to wear and really enjoys wearing.
And don't overpack.
Yeah,
right?
Don't overdo it.
Yeah, too much.
Because that's hard. When you have too much, it gets a mess very, very quickly.
Yeah, and keep in mind that our camp, most camps, they do laundry service. So we do it once a week. So every cabin gets their clothes laundered once a week. So if your child's at camp for 3 weeks or 4 weeks, know that you don't have to pack 4 weeks worth of clothes. Pack just a couple weeks, and they'll be cleaned at camp. So there you go.
Yeah. And just a reminder, a plug, label everything so that you get back what your child takes to summer camp. So number 1, pack the right clothes. Second part of packing is pack a little bit of home. Something that's going to be that sweet reminder of home, a family photo, maybe a little stuffed animal, something, a book, a favorite book or magazine. If your child is a music lover, I recommend packing an MP3 player with their favorite tracks. At our camp, we don't allow phones in the cabin, so that's kind of different.
Or really at camp at all for
right.
For campers.
Yeah, but a small MP3 player that's just for music is perfect to pack and send along because your child might like to just unwind with their favorite tunes. So MP3 player is a good idea.
Also pack for special events. So make sure that you know what special events are happening. We have a lot of great events at our camp, like 4th of July, or Christmas in July.
Well, we have 4th of July too.
4th of July and Christmas in July, which is super fun. So, go ahead.
Yeah, the Christmas in July fun tradition is the campers are anticipating when it might be because it's always a surprise. And so they pack their Christmas PJs and they wear them for nights leading up to what they think might be the day of Christmas because, of course, we wake them up in the middle of the night and do a really great celebration. But It's fun if the PJs, if you have the right PJs and some accessories to make that more fun.
Yeah, so just check with your camp what special events they have so your camper's ready for those really cool events.
Yep, so number 1, be prepared.
2 is appropriate communication, right? So we're going to give some do's and some don'ts. And I would say the first do is communicate. Talk to your camper. Send your camper letters and packages. A great idea, I think that campers love, is that if you can send a letter package to arrive the first day or 2 of camp.
Yeah.
Right?
It's fun.
It's great. They're adjusting. They're at camp, and to get that letter or package from mom or dad or grandma, grandpa, whomever on the first day of camp is really special. Means a lot. That's the first do.
Yeah. So do communicate, but don't over communicate. There is such a thing as too much communication. Yeah. You don't want to send multiple letters in a day or multiple packages. It becomes overwhelming, and the child has a harder time connecting with the camp experience because they're still so tied to the home experience.
We want them to be independent at camp, and free from home stuff and focus on all the fun at camp.
Yeah, so don't overdo it, but definitely do communicate.
Then I would say send words of encouragement. I think your camper loves to hear that everything is great at home. The dog is fine, the cat is fine, the goldfish is fine, friends are fine, all is well. So they're not concerned about things happening home. So be very encouraging as you send letters and, words from home.
Right. So the don't to that is don't overreact if you get a letter those first few days that are showing signs of homesickness. Mm-hmm. That's completely normal. And it's actually very healthy because it suggests that things are good at home. They have people that they love. So you don't want to overreact to that, those feelings of homesickness. But to your point, providing brief, consistent communication and supportive things like, great job, I'm so proud of you, and I can't wait to hear all about your summer camp activities, all the adventures you're taking part in. Those are wonderful things to say.
And just know if you do get a letter you're concerned about, to call your director. And they can respond, and they can get back to you and reassure you. Yeah. But just know that you can always go to your director. Another don't tell your camper you're going to save them at camp, right?
Yeah.
Meaning that if they have a rough couple days, you'll come in and take them home. And the camper never really gives himself the experience because they know that mom and dad, no matter what happens, they'll rescue me. So I think it's important just to be encouraging and positive. Don't tell them if you have a bad day, we'll come and get you, because they never give themselves to camp because they always know, bad day, mom and dad will come and get me.
Right, and that is the experience. That is one of the reasons why we send our kids away to camp, is to experience that separation and then find the independence.
Yeah.
To find the confidence.
And
then,
special.
We've talked to so many of our alumni campers that said the first time they went away to college and they were alone and they were away from home, away from family, they said, I've done this before, I can do it again.
Yeah.
And so if you rob your child of that experience by coming to the rescue, it might end up being actually a harder, a negative experience. So
yeah, cool.
So anyway,
okay.
So great. A bonus tip though I want to add here as far as communication is that ultimate summer camp package. Every camper loves to receive a package. So a few things that would be great and appropriate in that package would be maybe a new book or a magazine. Something to share with the cabin as
fun.
Well.
Yeah,
so
cabin party.
A cabin party. We have a party room at camp, so if you send things, the girls can go and have a party if they want to do it outside their cabin. But games are always fun, especially that can be played with multiple players.
Yeah.
What else?
And just know if you do send treats to your camper, that's great. And most camps, we do eat a lot of treats anyways, but know that some camps have policies on treats in the cabin, so just be aware of that.
You want to keep those critters out of the cabin.
No doubt. No doubt.
So some fun things, silly hats, silly glasses.
Just fun stuff.
Maybe something that represents the camp colors, a feather boa or a tutu. I know the girls at our camp love to do that in their team colors. So those are always fun things to receive in a package.
Good. Number 3.
Yeah. Number 3 is making a camp connection. So it can be...
Before camp. Before camp.
Thank you. Yeah. Before camp. It can be hard to send your child away knowing that they don't have a friend. Mm-hmm. It can be hard as a camper knowing you're going to camp without that support of a friend.
And hard as a parent, too.
Right, exactly. And so what we recommend is making that connection before camp. So reaching out very least to the camp directors.
Yep.
Getting to know them, making sure your child is familiar with their faces. Keeping in mind they are your child's camp mom and dad while they're away. So knowing their faces is a comforting thing.
And there's a few ways to do that, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of camps, they have open houses where you can go and you meet the directors and meet other campers. It's a great way to meet a lot of people from camp. You know, for example, we've got just the month of March. We're going to be in Miami on March 9th, Puerto Rico on March 10th, and then a big spring reunion in Rye on March 24th.
Yeah, that's in New York. We'd love to see any prospective campers, current campers, alumni campers are invited to attend. So hit the website, RSVP. We'd love to see you.
So that's a great way to meet people before your camper arrives.
Yeah, that's great. And also, if you can't get there for whatever reason, the old-fashioned pen pal way is fun too. And now they do.
Pen pal could be texting or Instagram or something. Yeah.
Exactly. But just knowing, hey, I know someone who's going to be here. It might provide that little bit of comfort.
Yeah. So if you reach out to the director and say, my daughter's going to camp, they'd love to connect with someone, then let us, find a pen pal for your daughter so she has someone that she knows before she arrives at camp.
Yeah, that's great. Well, awesome. We covered 3 tips for a great, exceptional summer camp. Number 1, be prepared. Check that packing list. Make sure you provide your child with what he or she needs to be comfortable all summer long. Number 2 is definitely communicate, but follow those do's and don'ts.
Yeah.
And number 3 is make that camp connection before camp so your child can go knowing some faces, knowing some names and faces. So that's awesome. Just a quick plug before we answer a question that we had and a few shout outs as well. We are Camp Jeanne d'Arc. We are the owners and directors of Camp Jeanne d'Arc. That's an all-girls summer camp in upstate New York with a focus and a mission on building strong girls. And so we would love to have your girls join us at camp this summer. We've had a couple of our awesome campers on this live. Shout out to Lily and Kim. Anybody else that we may have missed. But a few questions that we had. One about the temperatures at camp.
And that's a great question. And the temperature ranges, but we have beautiful summers in upstate New York.
Yes, we do.
I would say a typical camp day is between 70 to 80 degrees. Sunshine, and at night it cools off, which makes it a really nice night to sleep.
It's nice because you can always have a campfire.
Campfire at night.
So I'm going to put in a little note here too. It rains at camp. It's super important to follow the packing list. Pack those
We do get an occasional rainstorm.
Pack those rain boots and pack those rain jackets with a hood. Because we do get those beautiful storms that roll in. It's just fun.
They don't last long. Yeah.
No, they don't last long, but you sit in the cabin and you write letters in the rain, and it's actually that
that
summer camp moment. Yeah. Hey DJ, nice to see you.
Hey,
Sherry.
Another question we got is, do the girls ever get homesick?
Okay,
I saw. And
great.
That's a great question, and it's normal. I wouldn't say not all campers by any means, but it's a normal thing at summer camp, especially the first time being away from home.
Yeah.
And we are well equipped to handle homesick campers.
Definitely.
All of our staff, all of our counselors were trained on that, how to handle a situation, but it's a very normal thing, and it's part of the process of being independent and going away at camp. So it's something that we always make sure that we keep a close eye on all of our new campers to make sure they feel comfortable.
Right, and if there's ever a concern on our end of maybe this isn't quite normal, this child isn't acclimating as quickly, we are very much in touch with parents. So that's the benefit to having a small camp, that we're very personalized. We know every camper. We know their families. And so we're sitting in their meal with our campers, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And if we look around, we can see who's having a bad day, who might need an extra high five or, extra encouragement. So we're there to do that.
Yeah. The other question I saw was, how's the food? And I see that Journey and DJ also commented on it too, but the food at camp is outstanding.
It is outstanding.
I mean, I'm not just saying that to say that, but the food is really, really good. It's family-style meals. We have a salad bar for every single meal. So if we're having chicken and mashed potatoes one night and the camper doesn't want that, there is a full salad bar there available.
With proteins and all kinds of fruits and vegetables and things like that.
And we always have snacks available, granola bars and fruit. So the food really is good at camp. Your camper will not go hungry, no doubt.
That's true.
Great questions. Thank you. All right, I think we covered it.
Yep.
Thank you for joining us. We'll do this again when?
February 20th is our next, it's 2 weeks from now, next Facebook Live at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find us on Facebook, obviously our website, YouTube. On YouTube, we have lots of videos, hopefully answering more of your questions, so be sure to check us out there. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter.
We're everywhere.
We're everywhere. But you can reach us by text, and you can reach us anytime. We're here for you, and we look forward to hearing you. Thanks again for joining us.
Awesome. See you soon.
Bye. Bye.